Relationships with yourself. What does it mean? How would it help you to achieve your business goals and overall life satisfaction and happiness? So, in this video, we will discuss the relationships with yourself, why they are important, and how do you actually manage these relationships with yourself. How do you achieve right now? Are you doing it by self-pressure? Are you forcing yourself? Does it work for you in the long run? Do you feel happy by doing this and by pressing yourself all the time? The problem is that the bad relationships with yourself is like living in hell. It causes a lot of mental pain, a lot of frustration, and overall unhappiness. If you don't do anything with this, it brings symptoms like depression, anxiety, and demotivation of doing anything. While good relationships with yourself is living like a paradise in a way. It's the secret behind the business success that you see around. You see various entrepreneurs, successful startup leaders, and they would not really tell you that they found this way to manage their relationships with themselves. It's not about how smart they are, how lucky they are. Consciously or not, they found this way to connect with themselves. So what does it give? It gives, first of all, the background feeling of happiness. You know, I have a friend who does not believe in happiness. He says he is not happy and it's not possible to be happy. But what do I mean by happiness or this background feeling of this? Of course, you still have problems, but problems in life for you look like lessons learned or like experience to have in life. It doesn't make you really depressed. You can feel truly at home in this world. You feel self-confident. You feel a lot of energy to move forward, to achieve your business goals, and to just move forward, right? So, how do you tackle this relationships with yourself? What do you do? There are 3 steps, and this video is quite short, but I will try to cover all these 3 steps briefly. And then I will tell you how to proceed and what to do further if you want to develop these relationships with yourself. So step number 1 is to get to know yourself. Is to recognize that the inner child, the inner subconscious part of you exists. In a nutshell, our mind develops in the childhood via intense interaction between the child and an adult. Usually it's a parent. So that's how our psychology was developed. And you know, you were a child, you grew up, but this child did not die. That's important to understand. This child is still there. It's the embodiment of all your body feelings, of all your sensations, of all your emotions. And you need to recognize that you are not only a grown-up person, not this logical, smart guy or girl, but it's also a child inside you. There is a part of your personality. This step sounds quite easy, but for you it might be a breakthrough to see that the emotional, the body part actually exists, to recognize it's there. And if you did not notice it before, that this part of your personality exists, then what kind of relationships did you have with that? The relationships based on ignorance, right? When you're on your own, you can actually make a small exercise to change this. You can talk to yourself, to this child part. You have to do it aloud, and you have to recognize, acknowledge that it exists, and you have to ask for, you have to apologize in front of yourself, basically, for not recognizing this part of yours before. Then the second step is to understand yourself. So what does this child actually want? What are your true interests and passions in life? When do you feel drive and motivation? Do not stop on easy answers like you would like to play computer games, eat a lot of sweet things, or watching YouTube videos. Although you should write them down too. They are important as well. But try to come up with some smart answers. What kind of activities, what kind of people bring you pleasant emotions? When do you feel like you are yourself without much fear? What activities or people bring you painful emotions? Also you can see how your body actually tells you this with your pleasures and with pains, that you have some limitations on the physical or mental level. On the mental level, for example, you do not like to meet much of new people. You're quite an introvert person. On the physical level, I can give you my example. I cannot sit for too long. My eyes cannot watch and read from the computer for too long. And this is important. This is how our body suggests us where to go. And so the third step here is to accept yourself. Were you in love one day? And if not, imagine someone whom you can fall in love with, how would you treat this person? Would you bring a lot of pleasures and care to this person? Or would you criticize for the mistakes? Would you support this person? What kind of life do you wish to that person whom you really love? Would you need 100% ideal personality, or you can accept certain limitations and certain character traits that might not be nice for you, but still you understand nobody's perfect and you can accept? You know, there is a phrase that would strike you. You are who you've been looking for. So if you've been looking for a lover, if you've been looking for a person to fall in love with, start with yourself. Start with the love towards yourself. You know, other people are other people. They come and they go. And we all need other people, don't get me wrong. It's a part of our life. But only you will be with you for your life. Not that perfect, with some limitations, with some problems. And if you treat yourself as if you treat someone you really love, if you accept yourself with all the limitations, if you support when you have failures, if you give love and care, then you have really great relationships with yourself. It will give you a lot of energy, a lot of happiness, a lot of drive to proceed with your business goals. It was great to share with you this essence of the deep psychological concept of relationships with yourself. And mastering it will really boost your business results, but also overall life happiness. You will have energy to create and to achieve. And as I promised, I'll tell you a couple words, how do you proceed from here? Because as you can see, this video is very short. This video is an introduction to this topic of relationships with yourself. So how to proceed? The option number one is to continue learning about this topic by watching free YouTube videos. And that's great. You will understand a little bit more if it's something for you, if you see value in having relationships with yourself, managing it, if you feel it might be of any benefit to you. I believe it's benefit for everyone, but you never know, we are different, right? So the option number two is to get access to my paid content on this topic. It's kind of a place, you know, where you have all what you need on this topic in one single place. Step-by-step exercises, instructions, tutorials, and it's affordable even for students. So the money is not a thing there. It's more your decision to go into this. And the third option to how to proceed is the most expensive, but also arguably the most effective one, is to book a personalized video call with me. Is to get a personalized approach tailored for your current situation in business and in life. It's more expensive but more effective, and you can book it online at a webpage seeyousoon.online. So see you soon.